What is up, YouTube? We are back recapping UFC Apex Garcia versus Onama guy. Overall, decent card. A lot of weird stuff happened, which we'll break down eventually into the video. Um, But I did say we were going to switch up how we're doing the hunting style. We are not doing the wheel. We're doing it randomly instead because the wheel is so limited in terms of what you can hunt. So we might switch back to the wheel eventually, but we're going to go do it this way. So for map, we will be going to, let's see. Oh. Reopen the app. Ah, we will be going to Savannah. Going to Savannah to be hunting. Let's see. Blue wildebeest. Dang, I already have diamond one of those. I'm resetting that. I'm not doing that one. I already have a diamond one of those. Because the goal is to get diamonds, and that one just won't hit the same. Alright, so do it again. We got Medved. Medved. Eurasian Lynx, which I already have diamond as well. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Maybe I do go back to wheel. I'm going back to the wheel. That's crazy. Abandoned already. Oh my gosh, it was just giving me stuff I already had diamond. Wheel never disappoints. Let's see. Harlequin Duck, Yukon. Alright. Alright, we'll set that one up. So we gotta find out their drink time. Oh yeah, they don't have drink times because they're mostly chilling the water. I think that's their feed zone. So set it back to 5. We'll see what happens over there. We'll probably go river. I'd imagine you have to. Can't do the lakes with these guys. Um, all right. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, back to the fights, man. We're gonna start with the first fight. Talita Alencar defeating Ariane Carnelosi by third round sub. I did have Alencar, but I had her by first round sub. Um, Her takedowns, although she did have the pretty nasty ankle pick towards the end there that I think led to the sub, her takedowns are kind of meh. However, when she gets you on the ground, you're not getting up. It really be like that. So I'm kind of curious to see what she will eventually look like as she moves up in the ranks, but I don't know. The hype isn't that much there, even though it is strawweight. I don't think she cracks top 15 right now. I don't know if she does down the line. I guess we'll see. Oh. But yeah, so how did I score this fight though? That's what I need to know. So I had, wait, no, that's the wrong one. We gotta go past events. Oop. Okay, I had Alan Carr up 2 rounds. I forget how I had that. First round I think was pretty close, and then the second round I think Alan Carr got. I forget how I had that, but I did have that, and I do trust the scorecards there. But yeah, I had third round sub. She did in the first. Shout out to Alan Carr. On to the next fight, we got Silk Co. defeating Philip Rowe by decision. I had Rowe second round KO. Hunko is probably going to be on the watch list, I'd imagine, for me. Um, yes, it's very boring what he does, but it's also pretty impressive that he was able to control Phil Rowe like that. And no, Phil Rowe's not the best grappler, but I would like to think a lot of other people would have a lot of trouble holding down Phil Rowe like that. But maybe I am wrong. Who knows? Um, yeah, I just uh, that's a tough one for Phil Rowe. But this Hyun Ko guy looks like he's legit. He's legit. He's the guy I'm watching out for at welterweight in an already stacked welterweight division. Um, Korean Tyson nickname is a little, whatever. Actually, I think he did stun Phil Rowe though in that second round. I think that did happen. Yeah, I don't know. And I did also give Hun Ko second round, 10-8, and then gave him 10-8. So take with that what you will, but oh man, shoot. I see some animals in front of me that are hurricane ducks. I might shoot them. There's something right below me. What the heck? What is that? What is that noise? This is kind of crazy. 3. I don't want these. Alright, well, yeah, back to the fight anyway. Yeah, so I gave Hun Ko second round 10-8. He's got to watch out for, so we'll see what he kind of does from there. On to the next fight, we got Alice Ardeline defeating Montserrat Conejo Ruiz by decision. I had Ardeline by decision. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little worried in the first round, Ardeline's nose already got all swollen and whatnot right away. First round was somewhat competitive. I still gave it to Ardeline. Second and third, Ardeline just started heating up, and she is someone I will actually keep an eye out for at strawweight now. I don't think she's going to be title contender still, but she's definitely looking a lot better than when she initially came into the UFC. So, shout out to Ardeline. That was a pretty good win. Um, yeah, just destroyed Montserrat as that fight went on. So that was kind of crazy. Oh my goodness, so many animals down here. Oh my gosh. Um, oh man, I'm getting distracted. Okay. Yeah, so I gave all 3 rounds to Ardeline. She looked great. Curious to see what they do with her next. On to the next fight. Norma Demond defeats Kevin Vieira by decision. I had Dumont by decision, but I did not feel great about winning like that, man. I thought Dumont wasn't gonna get grappled that like that. Like I was shook. I was absolutely shook. I don't know, man. Vieira definitely wins first round. Clear as day. Second round, I still think she wins pretty clear. I don't know how you give Dumont second round. Two of the judges gave her second round, which is fair. If you have to give Dumont 2 rounds, you have to give her three, and you have to give her two. I mean, you just can't give her one. Definitely cannot give her one. I don't think you can give her two. Um, I was so surprised. It makes sense why they did it like that. I'm just saying, I'm absolutely surprised. Did not think that was going to happen. But they robbed her. They robbed Ketlin Vieira. And it does not surprise me at all. Women's bantamweight outside of that Pena and Harrison matchup is absolutely dull. Dumont makes it a little better than Ketlin Vieira. And that's enough for them to be like, yeah, if this is a close decision, we're giving it to Dumont. Just saying, that's how it is. I did give Dumont that third round, though. I think she won the third round, did enough on the feet. But not impressed with Dumont on the ground. I don't care how good your striking is. Harrison runs through you. Nunez probably runs through you still. Juliana Pena, you probably do piece up, though, which is kind of crazy. Because if Pena gets a fluke takedown or something, you get demolished on the ground as well. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but very, very curious. Whoa. Where did I got pop out from? They're getting bigger. I mean, where the ducks at? I'm going up. I'm going to another lake. I gotta go east. Ah. We'll go back here. We'll see what goes on here. But yeah, either way, tough win. I mean, do you give her? I don't think you can give her a title shot. You can't off of that. I don't care how weak the division is. She needs to fight a Juliana Pena or a Raquel Pennington, preferably a Pennington. Get her back in there. In the meantime, have her fight, solidify that. If Pennington wins, oh my gosh, the pain. Actually, Pennington's more exciting of a fighter than Vieira, though, so arguably could have been worse. But I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling this right now. Man. I'm sick. Ah, and no ducks. What the heck, man? Yeah, but either way, I got it perfectly correct. I just thought Dumont was actually gonna win, to be honest. So either way, moving on to the next fight, we got Dante Johnson defeating Cedric Dumas by second round sub. Um, eh, I really thought Dante Johnson was gonna get him out of there, man. Dumas low-key does still kind of got a chin, but Dumas was just winging spinning elbows, thinking they were gonna land, and Dante Johnson saw it the whole time. Um, I just Demas has to get cut after this. Johnson was still pretty impressive. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Johnson. Actually, no, he might be decent. He might be decent. He looked pretty good. So we'll see what happens. But I'm very curious to see what he looks like. Past round two, something like that. But at the same time, he looked good. Did get dominated a little bit on the ground early, but got away back up and landed some heavy shots. Dumas is also throwing like rolling thunder kicks from like the ground, and it was interesting, man. But we'll see. Either way, yeah, Dante Johnson getting it done. Second round sub. I had first round KO. Tough. What is. On to the next fight, we got Timmy Kawamba defeating Chang Ho Lee by third round, or by decision. I don't know why I said third round decision. I had Kawamba by decision, man. Shout out to him, he got it done. Uh, so Holy had Kawamba in on like a body triangle, standing body triangle for like most of the first round. Um, Second round, Kawamba starts piecing him up. Starts not like piecing him up bad, but like landing better of the combos. Um, Lee's still getting the shots in, but they're just not the same and definitely not the volume by any means. So that was very interesting. And then where are the Ducks at, man? And then third round, I think it was third. Well, so Lee has like no damage on his face. Kwamba's like beat up. I think it was like that was all the damage was from the first round. So if like we're just looking at faces, like you would tell me Lee dominated that whole fight and Kwamba just got pieced up, but that doesn't matter. Lee was getting pieced up in the third round as well. And then I had a 29-28, giving Lee the first round, Kwamba last two. And judges got that one right. So shout out to Timmy Kawamba. He looks kind of decent. Kind of. I'm still. I need to see a lot more still, though, at the same time. But has looked decent last two. That is something to note. We'll see. On to the next fight, we got Billy Elcana defeating Kevin Christian by first round submission. I had Elcana by first round KO. Nearly had it. He stunned him. He rocked him so bad, but then chased him to the ground. And then I didn't see it, or I didn't see a replay of it, but I guess when Elcana was going for the sub, the arm was trapped of Christian, and he was tapping with the trapped arm that was like off to his side, and the ref didn't see it, so he was just out cold for a second. It's just like, ugh, bad luck, but um, yeah, I mean, either way, Elcana just kind of went out there. They were both kind of trading back and forth for whatever, the 3 minutes of it before eventually Elcana just cracked him. And then from there, it was just raps. So, yeah, I don't know, but Elcana might be got to look out for a light heavyweight. I got to see what he does against higher competition, obviously, but no, he's all right. He's not bad. He's not bad, eh? So yeah, we'll see what happens with not Timmy Kawhi, Billy Elcana. On to the next fight. This is where I think my main card starts. Yep, this is where it did. Alright, so main card, Alan Nascimento defeating Cody Durden, second round sub. Um, eh, you know, I had Nascimento. I had him by decision. Sketchy first round. I want to talk about that actually. So I gave first round Cody Durden. Durden looked sharper out there on the feet. Nascimento's chin through the roof. Absolute roof. Like, I don't know how. Like, I know it's Durden. I know it's flyweight, but how he did not get chin for how high his chin was is crazy. It looked like he was raising his chin into, like, the jabs and the straights of Durden. It was something, man. I'll tell you that. But, yeah, either way, man, I was, impressed with Durden in the first round, and then second round. Oh, how did the finishing sequence happen? It's just like it flipped. Like I had Nascimento winning that whole round. The leg kicks might have been adding up at that point. Um, how did I have that? Ah, can't even remember. But yeah, and then Nascimento got it done. So Durden's not an easy guy to finish, at least sub. Um, I don't know, but yeah. So I had Nascimento decision. He got it done by second round sub. So good for him. On to the next fight, though. We got Charles Radke defeating Daniel Frunze. Oh, shit. I gotta get out of this water. I gotta get to another spot, man. Where? We'll go over here, I guess. Um, yeah, next fight, we got Radke defeating Daniel Frunze by third round sub. I had Radke by first round KO, and that did not happen. Um, Frunze had no answers for him on the ground. He got the sub towards the very end of the third. It was Radke all day on the ground, So, um, Frunze should be cut already. I don't even care. Um, Apparently, I think this was the guy that lost to Reese McKee. Before that, I don't know. If that is the case, he definitely should be cut. Reese McKee's not good. But who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, shout out to Radke. He's back on the win. Um, we'll see what they do with him next. I did have him up 2 rounds to none. Like I said, absolute domination by him. Um, we'll see what happens with him next. On to the next fight. We got Yadier Dave Val defeating Isaac Dolgarian by first round sub. Um, gonna be short. I'm gonna be brief when talking about this. Or is this gonna be long? So this is sketch, man. This line, and I didn't even catch it because I don't pay attention to this stuff. Canada Goose, where are they going? Defensive three. Um, yeah, when I saw this line, I think it was at -225. Like going into fight day, something like that. By the time they were about to walk out, all lines were closed on everything outside of money lines. Um, Bulgarian was then at -162. And I think it was even bigger before. I think Bulgarian at the beginning of the week, I think I heard he was -300 all the way down to -162. So, Bulgarian goes out there. Looks like he's almost, I wouldn't say almost never wrestled in his life, but just looks like he is 10% of the grappler he ever was. And just gets dogged. So I don't know if injury got leaked. I don't know what. I mean, I also heard something that Bulgarian's first coach was James Krause. What the heck? What are we talking about here? I didn't even notice it. One of my friends noticed it, pointed out. I looked, I saw that was weird. And then I go on Instagram later that night. Everyone's talking about it even before the fight. And then when the fight happens, people are mad. People are mad. We'd thrown money on Bulgarian. I didn't care. I only threw a few dollars. I don't care. But, like, well, I care, but, like, I don't care about my money. It's more that I care about the principle and whatever else is going on. Like, it's kind of messed up, man. So, I don't know what happened. Something definitely weird. I'd imagine they're going to open an investigation with this within the weeks. And we'll see what kind of comes out with it. But yeah, I had Bulgarian third round KO. He got subbed in the first. Um, and to be fair, it did kind of look like he was trying to fight out. This wasn't like a minor where it's like when he went down, he went down. He wasn't getting back up. But I don't know. It was just kind of weird. Definitely weird. Not kind of weird. That was weird. So I'd imagine there's some stuff behind this, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Delville looked way better in this fight than I thought he did in the first fight I seen him. I forget who he faced. I can actually look at that now. Connor Matthews. Oh, he got a rear naked choke in that one too. I was on the Gilbert card, Gilbert and Morales card. Oh, I didn't remember that. I don't even remember that. My goodness, that was almost 5 months ago. Okay, I thought he fought way sooner than that. Okay, interesting. Um, Yeah. Where are these ducks at, dude? This is crazy. Struggling to find these ducks, dude. Um, yeah. So that was a tough L. On to the next fight. We got Jeremiah Wells defeating Themba Garimbo. Um, yeah. First round, Garimbo landed the better shots. It was still kind of close from what I remember. Last two, Wells ran away with it easily. Garimbo looked gassed from all those scrambles and all the big movements from first round. And then Welsh just started taking over. And I wouldn't even say taking over, but he was just being a little better in every aspect. And yeah, shout out to Jeremiah Wells, still doing it. I think at 39, they were saying. So yeah, good for him. As for Thamba Garimba, man, thought the year layoff would have done something for him. Maybe because he's old too. He's 34, so I don't know. Maybe he already hit his prime when he went on that three-fight win streak at the beginning of last year, but I don't know, man. I did have Garimba by decision. I thought he lost to Wells 29-28. And I think that's what the judges had as well, unanimous. So, tough one there. On to the next fight, though. We have Waldo Cortez Acosta defeating Anta Delija. First round KO. I had Delija second round KO. This was insane. As a supporter of Aspinall, I will shut up until the Sorogan rematch about eye pokes and all this. Because I was defending Tom. Well, let me say this. When I was watching it live, I was like, oh, Tom, I think you're fine, whatever. I think you're kind of. But then after the fact, I was like, no, it is an eye poke. I did understand the severity of it and was sympathetic towards Tom and everything. But uh, Waldo Cortez Acosta basically got finished, said he was good, didn't even need 5 minutes, got back in there and KOs Dalia after an eye poke. Dalia, teammates with Aspinall, who just fought a week apart from each other, said 3 days before the fight, eye pokes are dirty. I fought over 30 times. I don't eye poke. Then eye pokes Waldo Cortez Acosta, who then comes at Tom in the post fight interview. Scenes. Tom Aspinall has been hit with like 7 to 10 humiliation rituals in the past week. Insane. At least. What is this man doing? Not even what is this man doing? What is going on behind the scenes? Tom Aspinall is literally the biggest enemy to the UFC right now. And it's just crazy. Oh my goodness. Cortez Acosta, first off, makes a statement. Absolute statement. Who I'm not even I'm not even a fan of Cortez Acosta. That was a statement though. His chin is insane, by the way, too. He ate probably 20 punches, not completely clean though, from Deliha. Comes back after being poked in the eye and KOs Deliha. It was crazy. I gotta put the Aspinall fandom away. That was so savage. That was insane. Sucks for Deliha. Also, low key kind of great for the division. Actually, probably not. I don't know. I don't know what you want here. This is crazy. Absolute scenes. What do you do with Waldo Cortez Acosta next? I hear him. Goose. That's a 4. That's a big goose. Um, Yeah, I don't know. What do you do? Ugh, so tough. Um, so with Cortez Acosta, he just lost to Pavlovich. Just lost to Pavlovich. Actually, only a few, or actually, might be a couple months ago at this point. But still, just lost to Pavlovich. Turn back around for this one. Got a great win. That's a great win. That's a stock builder if I've ever seen one. Just considering the circumstances and whatnot. What do you do next? Him versus Volkov, title eliminator for real this time. I know this one technically was, but I wasn't that impressed with Volkov. You need to let the division play out more. I don't care if we're it's kind of sport. If we're pushing Cortez Acosta to the top. Just do it. Let's do it. He'll probably lose to Volkov anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Um, who else is even up there? Yeah, because Sorogan and Aspinall are facing again. Might as well just do that. Keep Volkov busy. But if Volkov does want to sit out, you do Cortez Acosta Blades, maybe? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Deliha, I don't know. We'll see what they do with him. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. On to the main event. Steve Garcia defeats David Onama by first round KO. I had Garcia by third round KO. I thought he was gonna eventually get Onama and Onama was gonna look good in there and be competitive. Not the case at all. Garcia just the overhand was there. His 1-2s, especially that straight left dude coming out southpaw clean. It's all day. It's all freaking day, man. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so it just dude, Onama also did not throw at all. Like it looked like Onama did not want to be in there. Um, which is nothing to take away from Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia is legit. Like I'm genuinely believe that now. I do think he's legit. I think he will eventually at least be top five in the featherweight division. We will see. I feel like featherweight's about to be competitive again very soon, but like I think Steve Garcia beats Ortega right now. I think. Oh, Aljo's tricky. I don't know about Aljo, but like Arnold Allen, I think that's a competitive fight. I think that fight's competitive, man. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with Steve Garcia. I was very impressed, though. Um, wow, yeah, Steve Garcia, bro, did it and made it look easy. Um, dude, I would love for him to eventually fight Volk, especially he was talking a lot of nonsense on Volk. Not a lot of nonsense. He was just saying, yeah, Volk should be fighting, not cooking, and just coming at him, which I like to kind of see a little bit of animosity towards these champions, But we'll see what happens. Honestly, I think overall, I don't know who do I want to pair Garcia with next. I don't even know. I would need to open up the rankings because I think that will matter. Like I was thinking maybe like a John Silva matchup would just be an absolute barn burner, but you might low key want to keep both those guys, get them back on a win streak of some sort. So maybe you don't do that. This is crazy. Oh, this is that. Oh yeah, I was just here. What the heck? How did I get back here? All right. Either way, so if I am looking to match up Steve Garcia would probably stay the same. He should. surpass Pitbull. He should. Steve Garcia, I think, originally called out Holloway, but then in the post-fight presser, he said Josh Emmett. I like that. I like the Ortega matchup. Why not do him Ortega? That would be sick. I would love that. Him versus Ortega. That's what I'm rocking with. As for Onama, Gamige, I guess. I don't know, man. Actually, I think he should fight somebody outside the rankings. Give him the vow. I mean, don't do that, but like, do it. I don't know, type stuff. But yeah, overall, yeah, because I'm not gonna dig through that right now. Yeah, overall, 9 of 13 predicted correctly. Um, three perfects, all decisions. So for the perfects, it felt like I should have done a lot better. But the way I've been betting recently, where I just progressively bet more as the card goes on, um, those three of those last four fights absolutely hurt me. Thankfully, Steve Garcia pulled it out, but having D'Elia, Garimbo, Dolgarian all destroy whatever I earned on the card. So that was tough, but either way, it is what it is. But other than that, YouTube, it's been real. Bad hunt today. Probably can't do class 1 animals. It's just not worth it. But either way, it's been real, and I'm done.